Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm back in the DCS World mission editor today. I've got a tutorial for you to show you how we can have our AI wingmen tell us their fuel states. Now before we go ahead and get into that, I need you to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel out, it helps us continue to grow. Right, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. Right, so there's probably methods or ways that you can do this using scripting. However, I'm trying to do stuff without scripting because most of us probably don't know how to do scripting. I know I'm certainly not very au fait with it at the moment, but it is something I'm trying to learn. But there is a method that we can use without scripting, using triggers. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to go ahead and put us in two aircraft, obviously, so ourselves and our wingman. It could be a wingman, it could be any other aircraft, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. So let's just go ahead and put us in the let's put us in the F-16. Okay, so this is going to be us as the player. Okay, and we're just gonna, we can bimble about, do whatever. And we're going to create another one. So let's create Aerial 2. So this is going to be the wingman, effectively. You could do it in here and create the second wingman there, so it's actually attached to your formation. But for the purpose of this tutorial, is to make it easier to see, because we're going to make the F-16 go super fast, so it drinks the fuel, so we can see those markers really quickly. So let's just put it up at like 800 knots, see how fast it can go. So effectively, I want it in reheat all the time, just so it's burning the fuel, so so we can see the markers quicker. Okay, so he's going to do that, and he's just going to keep going and going and going. Let's send him all the way up here, and hopefully we should see him drink the fuel really quick. So we're coming to the triggers. This is where everything's going to happen from. Okay, so I'm going to say I want him to tell me his fuel state at 95%. Now, I'm going to use quite high values here, just again, so we're not sat here waiting forever and a day to see these figures, but we can change them as of when we see fit. So 95%. That's what I'm going to call that. So we come down to here into the conditions. There's triggers now, conditions that is fuel higher than and fuel less than. So I'm going to use the fuel less than in this case. So Aerial 2.1, because that's the wingman. And I'm going to change that value to 95. And when it gets to 95, I'm going to put a message to... You can put it as a message to anything, but I'm going to put it as a message to group just because there's only me on the map. So I'm just going to say wingman 95%. And then I'm going to have that viewed... running for 20 seconds, sorry. Okay, so what should happen now is when our wingman's got full fuel, so 100% fuel, I believe. Let me just double check that, otherwise we won't see it. So internal fuel is 100%, so that's fine. I think that's the value that it bases off. I don't think it takes into account external fuel. I'm not sure. We'll find out actually. So either way, so once he gets down to 95% of his fuel that he has on board, that we've set, there should be a message should pop up that says wingman is at 95%. Now I know this isn't the best method, and I do hope it's something that maybe ED can put into the radio items where we can ask the wingman for fuel, because at the minute we don't know this fuel state. And I don't know about you, but I've been flying with wingmen sometimes, and all of a sudden their fuel is just gone and they crash. You know, it's just crazy. So this is just a way that we can monitor that, and then if they're part of your formation, you can send them to the tanker if their fuel is getting lower than you expected them to get at that certain time. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in and see what they do. Okay, so here we are. There we can see, look, our wingman's fuel has already got down to 95% because he's burning it at an extortionate rate. Because he's in full reheat doing 800 knots. Okay, and that's how we can, that's one way we can have our wingmen tell us our fuel state, and we can do that, set that to any aircraft that's in the scenario. Obviously it's most useful to the aircraft in your formation because you can control them. And again, like I said, just for the purpose of this tutorial, I just used something that I can't control, just because it's quicker. Effectively, but like I said, you can use it to anyone in your formation. So I hope you found that useful. Let us know down in the comments below what you think, and if it is useful to you, and if you have any other questions or tutorials that you'd like to see, go ahead and let me know, and I'll see what I can do for you. Until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.